YouTube, welcome to the top 8 and grand finale of the Meta Weekly Mate. We have Floodgate versus Floodgate. The floodgates are spreading, and good. Let it spread. The more we get floodgating, the more people complain about floodgates overall, the more quickly Konami will be whipping out that fat W on a ban list, which should be this week, and be banning floodgates. The problem is, now we have identified that Protoss is not an issue by itself. There's even more issues. Not only do we want Protoss banned, but Gem Knights are coming out of the woodwork. We even have ex-Protoss abusers switching on over to Gem Knight to now abuse Arc Lord Christia. Where do the bans stop? Are there too many floodgates or what? Do we just embrace the floodgates? Hajime.
There can only be one winner, and you're looking at it. Let's go.
Watch as long as you can. That greatly supports these events, even if you have me on in the background, as we summon the X-Ryzeal, dumping from the extra deck our Ryzeal Detonator. We're going to chain Ash Blossom to negate the X. Now, from here, we can normal summon the Goblin Bedurg, which is going to summon from the deck. We can try to draw Lockbird on the resolution, but drawing yourself as a Ryzeal player, that's not good. I would say the biggest silver bullet for this deck, it's the Droll. And yeah, I'm guilty as charged. I do this all the time in the TCG where I would thrust the Storm, but for good reason. They would Fool Loss me, they would Droll me, and then I would set this card after a thrust to then completely turn off their turn. They turned off mine, I turn off yours, fair is fair. And we're gonna actually wait for a monster effect. We wait for them to commit, then negate, and they're fully negated for the full turn. This could be risky. What if they kaiju you? What if they have some quick effect to get your cast off the field like a super poly if it were even fusible? We are now going to X-Ryzeal, activate, heavy storm here, negate. So let's say you had a wind monster that could be normal summoned. You'd have player priority to normal or set it, then activate super poly before they could use the feather storm. But how rare is that? No one's doing that. We are negated, 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 fully negated. And even with being negated, we were able to get a detonator on the field. So with one of the best floodgates in the game, it wasn't enough? What the heck? Still able to pop 2 cards and we rip into a brick. Wow. I cannot fathom that we had the Harpy floodgate and still lost the duel. That's insane. Onomatopoeia, Goblin, Bedurg. We got Max C, but we're not going to want to draw the Max C. What do we declare at Protoss in the mirror match? Didn't we see previously we tried to declare Light, and they played right through it? It disallowed the summon of Detonator, but they summoned everything else and even had game on that turn. We got the doo-doo. Oh, he's ending. That's it. I'm just going to have Droll. He does not have a way to stop Droll. How desperate are you to floodgate that you're playing small worlds to -1 in addition to the 7 tachyons? Banish from the hand and from the deck a Skullmeister to search for our X-Ryzeal. Hit him with the Droll. Droll coming in hot just like that. There you go. That's it. We need Droll to stop this toxicity where Droll is toxic in itself. It's a, it's a 1-turn floodgate, but damn. And then with that, they semi-limited to the Droll. So I think that does show that Konami is willing to hit some floodgates, even if they're temporary ones. Do not negate the pickup. You negate the card it searches. Begin. We have Ash. Is Ash enough? Normal summoning sword. That is, in a way, a sign of desperation. But it would be even more so a sign of desperation in a meta where Droll's not prevalent, because we would 7th Ascension into the Tachyon, get hit by Droll. We don't want that to happen, so the better play, unfortunately, is to use up the normal summon on the sword. But because of that, that's not their final last resort play. They're going to play right through the Ash. 7th Ascension it up. We have Ash. We have Plasma Hole. Plasma Hole is a double disruption in 1. It gives us a material. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 on top of 3, 7 forms of disruption. Let's go. 4, 5, 6, 7. Onomatopoeia pickup is a continuous spell, mate. That's a negate. MST negates. Due to Warrior, we have 6 more disruption. Go-Go Glove. Reborn back, Plasma Hole, wipe it out. I play that card too. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. You're not going to negate my Plasma Hole, mate. Lancia, the secret form of extra disruption, which was not supposed to be good here, fully wiping out the field. So there you go. That's the question. DK, if I'm playing the Floodgate deck and it's a mirror match, what do? Don't Floodgate. Just build a good field. Let's get to it. We got the Gravedigger Trap Hole combo in our deck, which is only good if we're going first. If it's in your hand, you want to 7 Tachyon it back into the deck. Malice. Are we ready to get Fua Lawson and even Nibiru? Both players on double Fua. Yeah, double Fua'd it up. Let's speed on through this until he wants a Nibiru. Chessie banish, draw 2 Max C. Ain't no freaking way. As we further link this up into our Cryptor, this is the way. Well, the Fua Lawson shard we didn't want to oversummon. Off the top of the deck, we have our play. Ice Gun, give it to you into our newly drawn Maxi off of the Chessie. What do? There's always a choice. Do we one-turn kill? Are we happy with our other forms of disruption? Set a Gravedigger, set an Imperm, be okay with Nibiru. We're committed to this special summon. Do we at least exceed, then pass? Do we at least try to deal with... Whoa, he's summoning from the hand. He's pushing. We're making a one-turn kill push or a Floodgate push. Triple Tactics talent. We're going to take control of the Cryptor, at least attempt to do so. We're going to Cryptor and MTP. Double non-target banish here. And this was the Ash Blossom check. No Ash negate. Great. Search, banish. And we Cryptor banished Cryptor. So Cryptor will come back on a separate chain. Not going to be yoinkable. Take away the March Hairs. The Cryptor now comes back here. Welcome back at now a boosted 5,000. Duo Drive. We do not give one F about that Max C. We're going all the way. In fact, we're flaming on. Ash, negate the Duo Drive mate. Do we now flame off? Do we commit to the node? We're committing. We don't care. We're going all the way. As we go into the Utopic Ray Lancer, we are going to negate, reduce, and double attack mate. Attack. Again. 25 to the face. Further 1,400. Not lethal. Well, main phase 2, let's send to Reborn into an Impulse, which negate and destroys. Turn it off. Okay, we have Nibiru. We have the Gravedigger. Activates a monster in the hand or graveyard. Does not count the banished. Wait, it does. It does count the banish. Hand, graveyard, or when a banished monster is activated. I didn't even know that. Damn. That's just pretty good against Malice. We could negate that. Holy moly. Wait, isn't that game? Negate the effect if you do burn for 2K? No way. Lethal damage. That was his plan. Lethal damage was dealing 6K. That's all I needed because I got the Gravedigger. Wow. Good job. That's incredible. I'd be so salty if I lost that. That's crazy. Took the Maxi challenge. I'm so sorry, Nicky boy. I turned off the flames. That was on me. Big mistake. Set the MTP, White Rabbit into the GW. We got Maxi. Let's MTP, banish. We will be triggering our special summon. Get ready, potential for the Maxi. Of course, we're going to hit them with that. As the March Hare further banishes the MTP from Engrave. We already have a mirror in hand. We have Imperm, Mirror, Double Disruption. Is that enough? Both targeting monster negates. Let's return back our Triple Tactics talent, which is private knowledge. We don't know what they returned back, so we can't assume that they have another one. We're going to be using the Impermanence to negate the XYZ from searching. What's important here is that the TTT does not go live. That's it. Imperm does not turn it on. And Hakumo's not activating a monster effect. Dead Triple Tactics talent. As we reborn the White Rabbit during the end phase. This tells us they obviously don't play TB11, which most people do not. We do have Nibiru and Ash. Nibiru, Ash. Dormouse, activate, come forth onto the field, banish from the deck, trigger the March Hare, add back to the hand here. Further link this up into the Cryptor. Let's go to battle. 26, 18. We're scooping. Top of game 3. Ice it up. Ash on the ice instead of the onomatopoeia. Hey, that worked out. If this is possibly more beneficial than summoning for the deck searching for 2, then we bait the Ash with another play. We're going to be searching for the Doo-Doo Warrior and the Ganbara. This is where we get hit with the Droll. Now, we can still summon a lot of bodies here. We could summon at least, right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we still get 5 bodies, even under the Droll. Dugaris is going to reborn? Oh, we're gonna summon the new one? The new dude. This one, the new one. Yes, there we go. The new dude is here. Ganbara Knight and the Gaga Coat. Let's further reborn from the graveyard as we now turn this into the Rafflesia. Rafflesia will copy a whole trap from the deck, unaffected by trap effects while it has a material, thus if you imperm, it's no good, obviously. Now, what's so good about this? Your opponent cannot target monsters for attacks except this one. Also, your opponent cannot target other cards in the field of card effects, including their own cards. If you think about your own deck, do you have any cards that want to target your own for a play? This would prevent that. And at 2,500, with it being the only card that you can attack into, it has another play. If your opponent activates anything on the field and they have a monster on the field, you can non-target take control. Also, we can't be destroyed by battle or card effects, and this is the only card you could attack into. A really good way to stall. Is going to be good enough. We have, that's the Yoink. The problem is, it's untargetable, has to be attacked into, can't be destroyed, but Triple Tactics takes control. Non-target, yoink it, right? No, I'm just taking back my White Rabbit. So we have to remember right now, we are in the state of nothing else can be targeted except this. Oh, so it was targetable, correction, but it can't be destroyed now. Negate the backup Ignister with the Gravedigger Trap Hole being sent from the deck to the grave. Let's banish with Baldrake, reborn back with the White Rabbit. We can target a card in graveyard, we can't target on field. Let's Red Ransom, unless we're targeting this. How do we out this? We non-target banish it, right? It's not even a big deal. Just Cryptor. Cryptor, get rid of it. Access Code Talker can't out it because it can't be destroyed. Huh. Yeah, okay, that's not it. That ain't gonna work. We're gonna banish, but we could still destroy the other cards. That's okay. We still trigger the Red Ransom. Popping a card was secondary to banishing the Ransom. Banishing the Ransom was the main goal here. Let's Splash Mage. Again, I mean, this card needed to prevent them from also targeting the grave to really be good, but then I'm promoting Floodgates. That's not good. Stop that. Let's banish from both players' graveyards. GWC, banish the White Rabbit, the White Binder that is, reborn back the Red Ransom, reborn back the Binder, draw a card here. Allure of Darkness, don't mind if I do, reset up the GWC. Again, access code, take out the Ganbara Knight, can't be destroyed by battle or card effect, non-target banish, it away. This is disgusting. Nicky Boy should have been guaranteed another turn. The fact that he wasn't is insane. That's how powerful freaking Malice is. Nicky, are you going to consider putting Floodgates back in your... I mean, to be fair, you got Drolled, so it's not like you would have been able to search for a Floodgate, and you would have made a much better turn 1 play even without the Floodgate if it weren't for Droll. Non-target banish. Non-target banish. We skipped main phase 1. Onomatopoeia, discard search for 2. We got the Doo-Doo Warrior. Up to 2, I guess. We could not search for another one. Up to 2, and we were out of searches. Damn. Let's keep on going. Perelia, Persona for the hand, which I would say Perelia is going to draw more than Foolos. We play it also. If we're expecting mirror matches, you want to be playing Perelia. And Perelia has the unique position of being an extender or Ryzeal. If they were to interrupt you, let's say your X-Ryzeal gets stopped from searching, normal, any of the Mulcharmies, boom, into a Duo Drive. Doo-Doo Warrior sending the glove. We are under the sea. But because we're under the sea, we're going to want to droll, right? We got to droll. We got to droll now. Droll him. Stop him. No more. Now that we're done, we have to look at the fact that we didn't draw other hand traps with our Pirellia Full Velocity Max C, which is not good. So now we just have the Gyro Swarm. That's it. Let's summon the Coat, special summon the Kage. We're gonna Coat Reborn from Engrave. The Doo-Doo Warrior, if not summoned from the hands, a level freaking 6. That's not good. This field's not good. This is trash. We got Droll. That's it. Droll's the way. I thought we were gonna win because I thought we were gonna cross out the Droll. Kawaki, hindsight. If we look back at this duel, should we have just allowed the Pirellia to resolve and just save the cross out for a potential Droll? What do you think? But it's a Snake Eye deck. What do we declare against Snake Eye? We gotta declare fire? But did we know that? Did we scout Earl GB to know that we declare fire to potentially win the duel from there? Tornado Dragon was quite interesting, being able to pop the Poplar before the Ash could send it to summon the Flame Burst from the hand or deck. We got the Senjin, and that's that. That's it. No more. No more disruption. I think for game 2 and 3, if Kawaki has a finger or a crossout, it's only going to be for Droll. Because damn. What happened here? We could have even, if we felt not so good about the Protoss locking them out of fire monsters, we could have at least tried to Harpy Feather lock them out. Let's go to game 2. I said you're going to win if you go first. Damn. I'm making missed calls all day. Onomatopoeia, he's running wild with this absolute freest of free wins. Earl is going to be solely reliant on his Fiendsmith plays. Yup. He's got to Fiendsmith it up. Fire completely shut down. No Doom Dragon, no Poplar Special, no Flame Burge. We're going to start this off with our Dark Diablo Star, setting up a non-play as we lure it up into the Requiem, which the Ash could potentially negate. Summon for the deckmate. Detonator is going to detach, wiping away the Diablo Star. Now, Nibiru is going to turn on the Eclipse Twins. Eclipse Twins will reborn back the Detonator. We're going to use Cross and Negate instead of the Ash Mate. Doo-Doo Warrior, when detached, will be searching for the Gaga Coats. As we have the original Sinful, returning back to search for an Ash. Ash can't hit the field. Nope. No fire monsters for you whatsoever. Didn't even have to Nibiru. Nibiru was the ultimate backup plan in addition to our Floodgate. Now, we can't just shotgun call fire again. We have to make another duo drive, which we could very easily do, but likely we're just going to win the duel, right? Win it. Reborn back, duo drive again. Oh, shite. Another fire monster. Okay, Earl, you're going first. You're good. Okay, we have one Ash. Wait, well, I'm confused. Earl said earlier he's a blind second deck, but bro, you're playing against a Floodgate deck. You want to like change your mind and go first for game 3? He chose to go second. Okay. I mean, again, he's a blind second deck. He says he doesn't play Mask Arena. He doesn't play Wave King Caesar. He says, so Nicky Boy says Floodgates are cringe, so he's not playing Floodgates. And Earl GB takes it a further, 2 steps forward. He says, no, going first is cringe. And to be on Earl's side, I have been ranting about how cringe going first is all day. So, you know, I am on Earl's side of that. But still, this is really pushing you to your beliefs. He believes it that strongly that he will, even against getting floodgated, he's still going to commit to going second. Destroy fire. Destroying half of his fields. Fire monsters cannot be special summoned, and all of them, no matter where they are, any monster effects your opponent activates will be negated. Straight up. And he activates it right away. He doesn't even risk that maybe this could get kaiju'd. All right, negated. Activate, negated. Come forth. Earl's still trying. What a true mad lad. Negate. Golem came and put itself in the back row. Negate. Bonfire search for the Poplar. Poplar can't even activate because of the Protoss. He paid the ultimate price for what he believed in, but he still stuck to his beliefs. He took that L game 3 willingly. He knew it. He did not want to go first. He believes going first is cringe no matter what. Even against a double Floodgate deck, he refuses to go first. Insane. Tempai, Fiendsmith, going second, hitting them with the Pirellia, draw per summon from the hand. Lurie's not going to be resulting in a draw here. And similar to Protoss, Gem Knight is also trying to Floodgate. We're going to summon the Arc Lord Christia, preventing both players from special summoning. And ideally, we make it untargetable. So even an Impermanence is not going to get you out of being Floodgated. Imperm, negate the sequence mate. And as with most decks, including the non-Floodgate decks, similar to the Floodgate decks, you just need an overabundance of hand traps to just stop them from Floodgating you. You don't try to deal with the problem afterward, you prevent the problem. Prevention is the best way to deal with this. And prevention we did. All it took was a Pirellia, Imperm, and Ash. And now we could clap them back. Pydra searching for the Kaimin, which the Droll's gonna hit him good. While for some reason we already have the Chundra in hand. Or we could just chain the Kaimin to search because it is a quick play, grab the Genroku. Genroku will now trigger to special summon, and we know where this is going. Good job. You chose this, and Yuma says, all right, good choice. I have nothing to do turn 1. I got Fua, Ash, and Impermanence. Ash, negate. We have the Herald of Orange Light, mate. Negate. Branded is so jealous right now, being able to negate that freaking Ash. Ain't no way. We're going to toss a Fua loss into the fray. Draw per summon from the deck or extra. And right away we got Christia on Grave. So if we have a way to go into the Abao, we can reborn the Christia and lock them out from special summoning. But we may not do it with a Sprite Elf. Thus will then be targetable with the Impermanence. That's another thing we have to account for. Neprum is going to get hit with that Impermanence just like that. So under the effect of Fool Loss, do we still brute force out our Abao? Now, I think this has a summon lock. The summon lock of this card is you cannot special summon from the extra deck except fusion monsters if you summon 3 Gem Knights onto the field. Now, it's for the rest of the turn, so you can make other plays beforehand and then activate to summon 3. It's the last thing you gotta do. Let's further link, further playing into that Fool Loss. We don't care, we're going all the way. Fool Loss is gonna get negated by the Hollow Core. Drawing once is okay, drawing twice is not okay, but then we get hit by a max freaking C? Ain't no way, and we're going to chain the Dispersion. We're locking ourselves out from the extra deck. Fusion, monsters only. And it's summon up to 3, but we only summoned 2. That's a meaty field. 8,200. Magnum Hut could block an attack. To lethal damage we go. Magnum Hut. Magnum Hut. Let's go. Block it. Nope, we got the Herald of Orange Light. Negate and destroy. You do not have another Bestial in sight. We Fuad, and Max Seed, and Hipster took the challenge for game. Both of these decks are turn 2 decks, but they changed them to be more versatile. They're not only turn 2, so Gem Knight added in a cringe Floodgate so they can make turn 1 plays, and then Tempai added in Fiendsmith and Kashtira. Tracked, add Lurie. Let's reborn back the Lurie. Is this at least better than everyone playing Malice and then feeling like you have to play Lancia? What do y'all think? All right, well, we've been thwarted there. We're gonna have to rely heavily on the Max C. And if you've learned anything from Tempai, Tempai doesn't care about Max C. They don't care about Fool Loss. They're gonna perform the majority of their special summons during the battle phase where it's too late. Yup, That's it, mate. We play right through that like nothing. So in fact, that's more so a reason to play this if you don't like Maxi. Great deck to brute force through it for game. Let's get swinging, and then the inevitable happens. Let's activate the Chundra. Even if they had an activatable Impermanence, but they can't because of the Brilliant Fusion, they play around Imperm in the battle phase. Ooh. Ooh. I did not account for Herald of Orange Light being in the battle phase activatable. That can throw a wrench into our plans. Well, we're going to chain Synchro. It does not dodge the negate. It dodges the destroy. So we're not going to be destroyed, but we are still negated from reborning. Transcendent Dragon. But if this is at least 3 attacks, Bindent Reborns for game. Yep, there you go. Even in the most ideal scenario, we had the best hand trap possible, and it still wasn't enough. Damn. This was pretty interesting. I liked this. All right. He did not set up Christia in any of the duels. All right, good. Turn 1, auto win, cringe cheese, or among the top 3 decks. What's it gonna be? Kawaki with the auto turn 1 win cheese against Tenpai, Fiendsmith, and Kashtira. Let's go. Now to stop the turn 1 auto win cheese, Droll and Lockbird is the way. And it is going to conflict with your Maxi or Fua loss, but still, at the most opportune moment, you're still going to want to Droll. The problem is, now when you want to Droll, the cross could probably negate. If Kawaki brute forces for a Protoss, and then you try to Droll him, he's gonna get what he wants and then declare fire. And you will be turned off on Pydra, but you still have the Fiendsmith plays, which maybe is enough. We're gonna toss into the Freya Pirellia. We're trying to bait. If we could bait him to negate, he's not negating. Uh-oh. Another bait, Magnum Hunt, please. Negate something that's not my Droll. We have not ashed yet. So if we could bait with an ash, he then negates, that will be the way. Activates the Banshee. This is a checkmate, right? If you do not negate ash, then ash stops you from searching. You do negate ash, then I Droll you. There you go, the perfect counter to the auto turn 1 cheese. Not today. Cross negate, Droll is on, mate. Let's do it. So making sure to hold, he held on to the ash. He didn't throw it out willy-nilly on the other effects. There were multiple other effects. He ensured that he would definitively stop the search for Protoss. And Doo-Doo is activating the search. Turned off the Doo-Doo, turned off the Nemesis flag. No Protoss, I win for you. And after getting disrupted on our Floodgate attempt, we have a Monster Negate. In addition to that, another Monster Negate. Double Monster Negate, we should be able to play through Mate. Tract is going to be searching for the Crimson Tier. Discard Lurie here. We have not committed to a normal summon yet. First, we're going to try to whittle him down with the Fiendsmith plays, try to bait out the Ryzeal Cross. All without even committing to the normal. So if we can get rid of the Duo Drive, you then can't negate my other plays. There you go. 1 disruption down. We're not done. We ate up the Cross. Now it's time to eat the Impermanence. That's all the Fiendsmith plays are for. It's supposed to be giving you insane hand trap resilience. Eat up the hand traps or play through the hand traps. And it does exactly that. It perfectly performs its job. Eats the Cross, eats the Impermanence. Now I revealed the real part of my deck. Wait, we're still not done Fiendsmithing? Ain't no way. Fiendsmith is playing through 2 hand traps and is still not done. Freaking Tract fusing with the hand in field. Ain't no way. Further going into the way of King Caesar. Now, I reveal my real deck, which is Tenpai. And this is why this deck can do well going first. And oh my gosh, he's playing Tenpai. What the trash is this? Let's hop into game 2. Well, we don't have our play turn 1. Despite playing our Fiendsmith cards, we don't want to turn off our Fua loss, okay? Fua, Imperm, Ash, but it's a double disruption with the Fua maybe drawing into more. It's not Droll though, and we need Droll. So Fua's main goal, it's got one job, draw on a Droll. You don't draw on a Droll, you're trash. Now Kawaki's gonna be able to set up a 2-pronged attack here. You have the cross out to stop the Droll. We have the field spell to stop the Ash. So we could stop both of them. Imperm, negate the Ice Raziel mate. We're going into the Banshee. Did not draw no draw. Banshee search. Ash negate. Cross out designate. Yuma, do you surrender at the sight of cross out or do you play it out? I mean, we still have them under the effect of Fua. They're going to declare fire. And while we can't make our fire plays, we still have Fiendsmith. We still maybe have Kashtira if we draw into that. We got to draw into them early though. X-Raziel is going to be searching for the sword. And we have to remember, he could also attack. This is not turn 1. Drawing into the Luri, no good. Do a drive, detach 2, search for 2, summon the Star Raziel, set up the cross, and the cross is now live. Almost enough for lethal. Now it's game. Yep, I don't need a floodgate. I did make you go first, correctly. Even though you're a Fiendsmith Tenpai deck, and I think you also are choosing to go first, we're gonna find out, right? Yuma wants to go first, because Yuma now chooses to go first or second, while all of his opponents mostly are pushing Yuma to go first. Let's go. All right, well, Kawaki doesn't have an out to draw. As soon as he adds, hit him with the draw. And this is why it's interesting. Nicky Boy was playing Rafflesia to stop Droll, but he was also not playing Floodgates. It's almost like that's what Kawaki should be playing. Kawaki should play the Rafflesia, stop the Droll, and then try to Floodgate afterward. Nibiru the field before summoning under the Raziel Cross. Uh-oh. We're about to get Tenpai'd. Big time. We have the Ash Blossom to negate a single search mate. Now, the Genroku does get affected by the Ash. It's not protected by Sangan Summoning. It only protects the monsters on field. So if Pydra were activating a search, you would try to Ash it. It is not affected. So battle we go. Chandra from the deck, Pydra. Pydra into the Kaiman. We are flaming it on. We take no bow damage whatsoever. The attack counter is at 2. We want to be at 3. Once we go to 3, we can reborn the Bident and reborn the Transcendent Dragon. Pydra on the 3rd attack before syncering into the Transcendent Dragon. Transcendent's going to change you into attack position. Let's follow up with the Kaiman. Kaiman grab the Pydra, but then summon it onto the field, triggering to reborn from Engrave. We could pop our own Sangan Summoning, which will double the attack of the Transcendent Dragon to 6,000. We have other plans, though. We're going to pop the Raziel Cross instead. We could go into the Trident Dragon. Trident Dragon. Make sure to summon this on Chainlink 1 or you miss the timing. Pop off the Sangan Summoning and the Nibiru at 6,000 attack. 1 attack, 2 attack, 3 attack, and then attack again with the Transcendent Dragon just like that. Very well done. Malice versus the final Floodgater. You all are not about to be rooting for Malice, right? That's not going to happen. Cross out designate, negate the Maxi. Can player force his way into a Protoss under the effect of Droll? Ain't no way. See, that's all you gotta do. You force them to finger or cross out your non-Droll. And you have to throw out your other hand traps. Throw them out, let them negate it, hope they negate it, and then hit them with the Droll, then you have a chance. It's not a definitive win because the dude still has 4-5 disruptions plus a max C somehow. 5 disrupt, chain pop the underground mate. The triple tactics talent is now activatable. And when they TTT try to take control, you detach to pop itself if you have an Eclipse Twins. We don't have the Eclipse Twins. So what the heck? No Eclipse to then reborn on a separate chain? Now, the Eclipse Twin would not even be triggerable here. We would have to have another rank 4 Xyz for it to even work. But thank you for the detonator, mate. Let's wipe away the ice, 1200 to the face. And so it's not that he made a misplay by not setting up Eclipse Twins. It's because he was under the effect of a Max C. So Max C messed him up, I think, right? Or did he ash it? Did he undercook? It was because of Droll. Droll made him undercook. Little Knight is here, which is our only form of disruption. Let's cross return the cards back, 7th Ascension. This is big Droll bait. You search for the 7th attack and you get hit by the Droll, you lose. Are we all happy that Droll got semi-limited? Because with it being semi-limited, then people started whipping out the Floodgate decks that get stopped by Droll. So it looks like Duel was the lesser of two evils. Ice is not negated, but banish off the field in response to summoning from the deck. We're going to MTP, search for the March Hare. We don't have a red ransom to turn this into a disruption here. Or it would only be a disruption if the MTP were not activated and still in the deck or still on the field as we summon the red ransom onto the field. We can only try to thwart off lethal damage. What can we? Do a drive, attach on summon, detach to search the deck for the node and ice. Small world it up, banishing from the deck a Skullmeister. Skullmeister bridging to Protoss. Wow, amazing. You stop the Banshee, he then uses Small World to still search for Protoss. Unfreaking believable. Dark monsters cannot be special. Kawaki's like, I'm gonna write that down. Damn, Small World to search Protoss? Let's go. Player, what is this? Side deck? Gia? Side deck check? Hello? Why is there a mouse in his deck? Ash, negate, mate. There's no way he main decks a Meows. I'm sure he does, but really? We didn't see it all day until you're playing against Malice? Let's... Jesse. Now, we're going to continue to be sped up because dude drew into another brick. We have 7 attacking, getting negated by Ash. Small World is dead. We could try to finger, but there's only so much we could really do here. In addition to all the other public disruptions we have to deal with. Let's do it. Maxi, draw, Droll. But he's got cross out for the Maxi. But if he's afraid that he already has... He's already declaring it? What? He's declaring Ice Ryzeal right away. What the... To plug it. Wow. Are we coping? That's crazy to make this hand work. Node's a brick. No way. Normal Fua into the Duo Drive. Wow. That was quite interesting. We small worlded into a Protoss. We cross out Designate into the plugin, and then we get Impermanenced anyway. If we special summon the node, we have nothing to reborn from Engrave. Because this doesn't detach by cost, otherwise if it detached by cost, the TCG, if you want to try to get away with that, this would be a good time to do so, and then you'd reborn and play right through it. Let's pop off. Skullmeister, what is Skullmeister gonna do? Negate something activating in the grave, which is what? What is activating in the grave? Link Decoder? Tenpai versus Malice. It's Tenpai with Engraver Fiendsmith, also Kashtira into the fray to ensure that when they get forced to go first, that they could still make great plays. But what is great about this tournament is no Floodgater made it to the grand finale. Last week was Floodgate versus Floodgate, right? If I'm remembering correctly. Holy moly, the Floodgates have been stopped. Of course, we now draw into the Fool Loss. What the heck is that? Now, we have millions of disruption. Let's just react to what we could whittle down with our Kashtira and Fiendsmith plays. Gets hit with the Droll. Shite. Now the Engraver can't even search for the Tract. That is devastating. We had so many plays to make just to get stopped by a single Droll. Unicorn, rip away the access code talker. We have Genroku, which... Now if we chain, the newly summoned Pydra would get banished and it wouldn't even trigger. So with a card like Genroku, you have to toggle on and activate it right away to ensure that the Pydra will activate. That's the only way to ensure it. And then if you're the other player and they summon a Genroku and don't activate it, I like to do this also against Array. So if you're playing against Sky Striker or Tenpai and they summon a monster that could special, you better activate your non-target removal right away so that the Kagari coming out doesn't trigger, the Pydra coming out doesn't trigger, and then you have to ensure if you're the Sky Striker or Tenpai player that you toggle on and use it right away. Against non-target disruption, that is. Yuma chose to go second. Despite playing Kashtira, also playing Fiendsmith, he still prefers to go second. We're going to be hitting him with that Pirellia per draw from the hand. Now, normally Malice would just be a normal summon from the hand, but we also have the March Hare. We also have the Wizard. We also have the back of the Gnister. That's potentially 4 cards, maybe even a Bestial. Let's see with the White Rabbit as we set up the GWC. Normalizing the full loss, hit him with the Droll. Just like that, we do have a Magnum Hunt, and we have an Impermanence. Will this be enough? Red Ransom is not able to search, obviously. Link Decoder Reborn, further go into the Little Knight. This actually stops it. You can't banish the Red Ransom if I use the Imperm to negate. Now, this is why you use Lizard Dose, but if we don't have room for Lizard Dose, then you play Little Knight instead. You know where Lizard Dose is? The Link Spider. Link Spider was Lizard Dose. I think we took it out for the Link, and now the Little Knight gets negated. And Little Knight would not get negated if there was any other monster on the field to play through the Impermanence. So very good. You know, that small detail of Link Spider over Lizard, and it would have otherwise played through the Impermanence. Max C, right away we're going to be drawing per special summon. Can Tenpai brute force through a Max C? For sure they can. Of course they can. And banishing the binder face down, that's not interactable. It's gone from the entire duel. Red Ransom's going to be searching for the mirror here. Pydra on summon. Little Knight can't affect the Pydra, thus we're going to banish away the Unicorn. But Birth brings it back onto the field. Kaiman is now here. We're going to Red Ransom, summon itself back, banish from the deck into the White Rabbit, set the MTP. Non-target banish is here. Do we non-target banish the Birth? Birthing back onto the field. He drew into an Impulse. What? Like, first draw, then I Kaiman. Okay, now I have the negate for Kaiman. He drew it. He drew the out. And I literally talked about this before the match even started, that, oh, Tenpai back in the day didn't have to deal with Impulse. So maybe he's in the Tenpai mindset on release where Impulse doesn't exist. Uh-oh. That's a problem. I think I was just trying to bait out the MTP, but that didn't work. How unlucky. That is crazy. Ripped off the top of the deck, the much needed out. Otherwise, we can say that maybe he would have won. The Impulse is not activatable in the damage step. Chandra would summon from the deck during the damage step. That could definitely mess things up. But, you know, if he has the trap, I guess, so if he activates the Synchro, you Impulse, you then change the other to Synchro to dodge the Impulse, destroying it. Yeah, we would have played through the Impulse, I'm pretty damn sure. Holy moly. Crazy 2-0. Malice takes it all, and we're not done. We've only just begun. Let's go. All right. Malice on a mat. Orcus fell the hell off. What the heck happened, you fools? No way. Orcus was winning for a little bit, and now Orcus is a little bit behind Malice. You piece of shites. Who are the Orcus players? You all switched to Onomat Ryzeal instead of Orcus? Really? I cannot believe you betrayed Orcus. Centurion, Pluing it up, winning, you know, topping every single week. What can I say? Good job to you. Abusing the Bestials, good job as always. And then we have Lunalight. Bori, the only Mad Lad, main deck and triple, heavy poly, triple impulse, and then he's playing a card I have not seen before. Why? You cannot pendulum monsters except Shadow. This effect cannot be negated. Is this... You're not using this for the pendulum scale, are you? You're just pendulum scaling? Is this a mistake? Was this not supposed to be in your deck? What is this? If this card is pendulum summoned or sent to the graveyard, target a Zephyra card in your pendulum zone, special summon it? Bro, what? Is there something wrong here? This is a deckless mistake, I think, unless I don't know better. No one's playing it but you, Bori. Gianna, can you double check Bori's private message if he's actually playing this? What? Okay. Warrior combo. Morisaki with the Makonko. We got the main deck, extra deck there. Good job Morisakiing it up. Makonko is the way, my friend. And good luck to you on your YCS. Yes, the Bologna you're going to? Snake Eye Fiendsmith, Earl GB says, going first is cringe. This is blind second only. Only go second. We have to correctly attach this to your profile. So, Gian, if you could let someone know, you could type that in the content manager channel. Raziel, pure Raziel. We are, oh, you are not even automating. That's why you're playing Small World. Small World into Protos. No automat, ain't no way. And you do play the Mulch Armies. Yup, good job to you. And then, Tenpai, Fiend Smith, Kashtira, Yuma, second place of the event. Good job, almost winning it all. You were one of the big underdogs here to take it all. And then Gem Knight Christia. I'm gonna add to the website to show that Christia is being used and abused here. Totally not cool. Dre, good job to you. And then Hipster, well done to you. Yep. And then Automat Raziel. I just saw a barrier statue and I'm pissed. Nagatsu no Saw. We got Protos, but no Harpy. Monster Negate. There's the extra deck mate. Well done. And then, Nicky Boy. He says Floodgates are cringe. He does not play them whatsoever. He's playing Rafflesia with the Gravedigger Trap Hole, a good way to negate Droll and Lockbird before committing to drawing cards. Or for Nicky Boy, just winning the duel with that 2,000 damage. And then we have Izzle. Izzle is playing Protos and the Harpy Featherstorm. Double the Floodgate. And then Kawaki, after getting first place, getting top 4 with triple Floodgate. We got the Protos, the Harpy Featherstorm, and the Barrier Statue. Ain't no way. And he's not thrusting this. He is searching it with the Allenbert. 4 material search it, and then 2 material to make the Castell. And then he also can Grand Knight, if he has not used up his normal summon, search for the Barrier, normal summon it. Then otherwise, Banshee out onto the field, and then search for the Nemesis. If Nemesis gets stopped by an Impulse, try to Reborn it back. Reborn it back with Dugaris. Whatever you could do to get to the Protos. And then freaking Malice. So I guess I'll do a quick ban list prediction on what we should do here. Here is the extra deck. Here's the main. Anything out of the ordinary? I don't think so. We have Melito. 40, looking good. I think you all are begging to get White Rabbit limited to 1. You're asking for it, straight up. Super Hammy, 50 card Math Mech Malice. I think pushing Malice players to do stuff like this is gonna be the way. And you push them to do that by limiting to 1 White Rabbit. I'm predicting White Rabbit goes to 1. I think so. White Rabbit to 1. And we have Hakimo. Good job to Hakimo. Let's freaking go.